10 reasons why you're losing your voice. Number 1, your body is in panic mode. When you feel excessively nervous or anxious, your body goes into a sort of fight or flight kind of mode. And what happens is you end up breathing shallowly, which means you're not taking that nice low breath and everything's happening up here. That kind of breathing, which puts your body into a bit of a panic. That kind of panic creates tension all over your body. And when your body is tense, your voice suffers. I have an app I recommend to my singers for help with relaxation called Insight Timer. There are lots of cool guided relaxation meditations on there. And also I have a video on here. Check out my breathing hack to learn how to make sure you're breathing in the right place. Number 2, you aren't supporting your sound. You can be doing absolutely everything correctly, but if you're not doing this one thing, you're going to be at risk for losing your voice. Supporting your sound isn't breathing. It's what happens after you take a breath and right before you make sound. A properly supported sound will help you protect your cords, prolong your breath so you have plenty of air to get through a phrase, have a little bit more natural power without causing any strain, and will help you to control the center of your pitch. I have a couple videos on here about it, but check out I Bet You're Not Doing This for information on how to do it properly. Number 3, you're holding your breath while singing. If you find that you can't get enough air no matter what you do, and when you're done singing there's extra air left over, there's an extremely high chance that you're holding your breath while you make sound. I know, it sounds impossible. And if you're someone who's doing that, it kind of takes us back to reason number 1, where you might be in panic mode. Because when you're holding your breath, it creates that panic mode sensation again, because you're taking air, but you're not using it. So then your body thinks you need to take air in again, but you already have air, and then it creates this constant like almost gasping for air sensation. Just like we talked about in number 1, whenever you have that kind of panic going on in your body, there's going to be a lot of tension. You're going to be more apt to lose your voice. Check out my video called This Is Nuts to see if you're holding your breath. Number 4, you're choosing the wrong vocal technique to go with the style of song you're singing. Here's why that's dangerous. If you are singing a contemporary song and you're doing it in a strong, powerful voice, however, you're choosing to use your chest voice, which is part of the classical technique, you're going to reach a certain point where if you continue to sing higher than that note, you are putting yourself at risk for vocal damage. The 2 contemporary techniques of belt and mix, however, do not have those kinds of limits. There's no risk of going too high with either of those as long as you're doing it correctly. Check out my video, How to Belt, so that you can learn how to properly belt and stay safe when you're singing contemporary music. Number 5, you're making a lot of space in the back of your throat while you're making a powerful sound. This one is easily my favorite one of the 10. One of the most common reasons that people lose their voice is because they are mistaking the chest voice for their belt. The chest voice has all the space in the back of your throat. The belt has none. The problem with all that space in the back is that it creates breaks in your voice. It does that because your chest voice is only designed to go so high before it has to switch into your head voice. People do stretch it past that, but it's extremely dangerous. With belt, you don't have any breaks at all. You can keep on going and keep that power all the way up. Check out my video, Belt versus Chest, Why One is Dangerous, for more information about this, as well as a demo of the 2 types. Number 6, you're stretching your chest voice past its limit. Your chest is only designed to go so high. A for women, above middle C, and F sharp above middle C for men. I say it's only designed to go that high because a lot of people will still stretch past that legal limit, which is where you get in trouble vocally. It's one of the most common reasons that people lose their voice and experience vocal fatigue. Instead of singing in your chest voice, which is part of the classical technique, I recommend that singers use the belt technique instead. For more information on that, check out my video, Belt versus Chest, Why One is Dangerous. Number 7, You're backing off your high notes. High notes can be scary, I get it. But the last thing you want to do is back off on them. So a lot of times when we're freaked out, we think, oh, I'll just make a little itty bitty sound and then it won't be so bad, right? Well, for a high note, you're going to need that volume to help you with that pitch. When it's that high, sometimes it requires a little bit more volume. So the last thing you want to do is back off on it. I made a really in-depth video a long time ago that's on YouTube and you should check it out. It looks like this. And be sure to check the description for a couple of little freebie things that you might want to check out too. Number 8, you're not making enough space for your high notes. We talked in number 7 about making enough volume for those high notes, but also you want to make sure you're making enough space. And here's something you need to know. The space required is different depending on the technique you're using. Number 9, you are in symptom management mode rather than proactively preventing it. Because vocal health is such a passion of mine, a lot of times people come to me once they've already done their damage and they're like, oh, what do? I lost my voice. Here's the thing, once you lose your voice, there's really only one solution, 2 if you count surgery, and that is vocal rest. What I teach is how to prevent it altogether. When you are using proper vocal technique, you are able to prevent ever losing your voice or feeling vocal fatigue, ever. I've been doing this for over 2 decades, and 100% of my clients have learned how to prevent voice loss and vocal fatigue from ever happening to them. It's a game changer. Check out the results of my recent vocal health case study, which you can find the link to in my bio. Number 10, you're relying on throat sprays, teas, and lozenges to get you through a singing session. And it's not that I really have anything against throat sprays and teas and lozenges. Okay, yeah, maybe I do. What I really have an issue with is singers relying on them. The only thing that's going to prevent you from losing your voice is healthy technique. What teas and sprays and lozenges will do is numb you or anesthetize you or coat your throat so you don't feel the pain that you're causing yourself because of bad technique. If you're already following me, I would recommend that the best place for you to go next to learn more about how to stay vocally healthy would be to my recent book, which is Never Lose Your Voice Again, The Secret to Unlimited Vocal Health for Singers, Actors, and Speakers, which you can find at neverloseyourvoice.com.